Hello everyone, this is Nico Alexopoulos. I am the Director of Coaching here in New Jersey for Just for Keepers International Academy, as well as the goalkeeping coach for Widener University women's soccer team, along with other hats that I wear. These are the most crucial hats that I wear when it comes to goalkeeping. So as we are getting close to, by most standards, futsal season, I wanted to take the time and basically put this video together to illustrate the differences and the commonalities between outdoor goalkeeping training as well as futsal goalkeeping training, and what I feel is missing out of a lot of teams that decide to play futsal. I am also the one of the directors for the Central Jersey Futsal League here in New Jersey. I see every year a lot of teams play, and one of the things that I notice is that most teams that compete in the league, they either do not have a futsal trained goalkeeper, or they just don't have a goalkeeping specific player in general. So either I see teams that have decent goalkeepers, however they do not have futsal specific training, or I see teams that they just don't put a lot of emphasis in the goalkeeping position, and they do show up, just put a yellow penny, orange penny on a field player, stick them in a goal, and expect to compete. As quick and agile a goalkeeper has to be outdoors, that is even more so when they're playing indoors, and specifically in a futsal environment. When you compare the three games, which is the outdoor game, the indoor game on turf, and the futsal game, which is played on hard surface, futsal is the most intense, quick, energized game out of all three. Therefore, a goalkeeper basically has to be extremely agile as well as quick with his or her decision making. They have to be able to go up and down as quick as possible. So let's just grab this from the beginning. Soccer goalkeeping training and futsal goalkeeping training. Is there really a difference? How does one benefit the other? And how do we know which one is better? So let's address the first one first. Soccer goalkeeping for outdoor games and futsal goalkeeping training for futsal games, although they have a lot of commonalities, they also have some different techniques, okay? Because the game of futsal is played on a hard surface with a smaller ball, some of the techniques used in futsal are much different than the ones used outdoor soccer. When you're playing as a goalkeeper in a futsal game, your decision making has to be much quicker than the one of an outdoor game. Even if you're playing an indoor game on turf, as opposed to a futsal game, your decision making has to be a lot quicker, okay? Your reflexes and your reactions have to be much more quicker. So I'm just going to show you a bunch of videos and kind of, bounce here and there. I'm not going to go necessarily in a specific order. Just going to go back and forth and show you a difference and common terms that all this has. So I've taken the liberty to basically just pull out a bunch of videos on YouTube to illustrate what I'm talking about. In this particular video I found is the English national team for the women, and the goalkeeper coach is basically working with his goalkeepers on a couple of different saves. Primarily they're known either block saves, K saves, split saves. In the older days, when a goalkeeper was taught to come out and try to make the saves, they basically will come out, try to time their approach, and once they went down, they would either choose right or left side to make themselves big and do a full extension save. In today's game, because the game is so much faster, the players, the field players, the strikers are so much agile, and they're a lot more, smarter, and their skill level is so much better than the older days. The goalkeeping techniques have evolved. So being able to do one of these saves, as you can see, the coach is making what we call a block save. He has basically gone down, trying to take as much space and become as big as possible without committing his body to completely go down on the ground. As a goalkeeper, once you go down on the ground, it's extremely difficult to quickly get up and try to go a different way. And strikers may fake the goalkeeper out, try to make them go down, and this way they can change direction and put the ball in the back of the net at a different angle or a different side. So therefore, a goalkeeper, once he or she goes down, it's pretty much done deal. So by doing a K save or a block save, you're committing a big part of the goal. You're trying to make yourself as big as possible, but you're trying not to go completely down. This way, if a striker does try to fake you out, you can quickly adjust your body and get in front of the ball once again. So as you guys can see here, some of these saves that are pretty much taught in futsal, and you know what? Let's see. I'm going to go and pull a video up from one of the training sessions with the academy kids. Sorry, these are the nationals actually, where one of the goalkeeping coach is teaching them, or going over some of the techniques, and then we'll see how these apply to the outdoor game. So this particular video, I'm just going to shut the volume down and just go over as they're doing it. By the way, a big element of the game is a goalkeeper needs to stretch. Regardless if you're playing outdoor, indoor, or futsal, you have to be stretched out. A goalkeeper gets called to use every part of their body, not just their feet. You got to use your feet, your hands, your whole body. You are being required to use your body in ways that a field player does not. So being completely stretched out is very important. So no matter what type of a goalkeeping training you do, please make sure that you are stretched out as much as possible. So right now they're warming up, and the goalkeeping coach is basically teaching them how to do a block save. And as you can see, there's a specific specific direction their bodies have to be. As they go down to stretch a little bit more. Okay, again, very important. I'm just going to fast forward as we talk about this. Very important to being stretched out. So he's going over the block save, the technique that's required. Now completely stretching out. I think this is about for this video. Let's move to the next one. I think the next one. Yep. Okay. So now they're doing a split save. Okay. So as you can see, they're doing half a split and teaching them to basically open up their arms, do a little bit of stretching in between. Again, you're not going to be able to do all these saves if you've never tried them on the first try, especially if you're not stretching. If you speak with any gymnast, they'll tell you that they need to get flexible. So the more you stretch, the more flexible you've become as a goalkeeper. Again, much more crucial to a goalkeeper to be flexible than a field player. I cannot emphasize, and for all the parents out there that you may have never thought about it, your young goalkeeper's body is like a pretzel, twisting every which way, where a field player does not have to go through that experience. So they need to have their lower body stretched out. They need to have their upper body stretched out. So now the goalkeeping coach here is going to one of the goalkeepers and kind of shows you how they should kind of position their body. So right here is the goalkeeper that he's working with. He's doing a half of a split, and at the same time, his hands are up, taking as much space as possible. Why is this save necessary? When is it used? Should it be used more in the indoor game as opposed to the outdoor game? These are all choices that a goalkeeper has to make in a matter of split seconds. In a futsal game, because it's so fast, okay, having the ability to go down and make a split save as opposed to diving hands and head first is a lot more beneficial to a goalkeeper. Can these saves be used in the outdoor game? You'll notice that more and more goalkeepers, if not everybody nowadays, when they're playing in the outdoor game, that's being taught to them as well, how to make these saves. So once again, these are just, you can say our goalkeeping coach is showing how to do these exercises, loosen up before they start, their training. But once again, he's concentrating on what we call K saves, block saves, split and half split saves. Once again, the goalkeepers are being taught not to completely commit themselves to going down. Try to stay up. They not supposed to put their knee all the way down, so that if a striker tries to fake them out, it's a lot easier to bounce up and keep going with the striker until the time is right to either make that save or jump in and try to take the ball away. So these are some of the exercises they're doing. Let me just back out here, and I'm going to go now and pick up another. Oops, sorry guys. Pick up another segment of the goalkeeping training that is done with the other goalkeeping coach at the USYF Nationals. He's involved with the national team. This is great. Let me try it again. I got a lot of things opened up here. Okay, here we go. Bear with me, guys. Alright, so this is Otto Orff, and he's teaching the same technique now. Okay, half a split. He's teaching them how to keep their bodies and their arms. You don't want to have your arms two-way back as opposed to two forward either, having a balance. And now you'll appreciate, as you'll see these exercises, why this particular half split or full split save. Okay? This is why this save is so important in futsal games, but it's also used in outdoor games. As you can see, the ball comes with a lot more pace into the goal. So being able to do the half split or full split save in this type of environment is a great benefit to the goalkeepers. So let's back out of this. Forgive me, guys, because my machine seems to be acting up a little bit today. Let's go to the next video. And as I said, I'm bouncing around quite a bit because I want to illustrate. I don't want to spend too much time on the videos, but I want to illustrate some of the points. So, again, where he's doing an exercise where a goalkeeper has to quickly shift from one side to the other and perform this kind of save to quickly get there. Notice also that as they're doing the exercises, let me just pop up another video. As they're doing the exercises, the goalkeepers are being forced to go from one side of the goal to the other. Granted now that a futsal goal and a futsal environment is much, smaller than an outdoor game, but the object and the idea is kind of the same. Not only do they have to shift their weight from one side to the other, okay, they have to be explosive and try to cover as much space as possible while the shot is coming in. So once again, although the goal is much smaller, all right, the idea is kind of the same. So let's just follow along here a little bit here. Okay, you guys get the idea. They're facing one way, ball gets shifted over, and they're forced not to make that save. Once again, in futsal, because of the pace of the ball in the game, they're being asked to do more of reaction saves as opposed to being able to always try to field the ball as cleanly as possible and not give up as many rebounds. As a goalkeeping coach, when my outdoor goalkeepers are in the goal, I try to emphasize how important it is to be able to secure as many shots as possible. And what that means is do not give up rebounds. Don't try to just swat the ball away. Don't try to pair the ball away. try to gain control of the ball by securing the ball as much as possible. Every time you're parrying the ball, if you don't parry it to the side or to a place where a striker is not coming along, is a second opportunity for a striker to put the ball in the back of the net. And you see many shots, or many goals rather, should I say, that are being scored from second or third opportunities. In other words, the goalkeeper does not do a good job of parrying the ball away, and the striker is there to put the ball in the back of the net. Okay? So now, if we go to this particular video, and again, we'll just fumble through it, shut the sound off. You'll notice that this is the outdoor game now. This is the national team from England, and the goalkeeping coach is basically working with his goalkeepers on doing the same thing, which is, again, it is a what you called a block save. There's some pretty cool games that they're playing. A block save, K save, splits, a half split or full split save. Once again, all these techniques are used in the outdoor game, as opposed to in the older days where goalkeepers were basically asked to dive one side to the other. And as one of the results was that a very good striker, talented striker, would just be patient, kind of fake the shot out and go around them or what have you. So now the goalkeepers are being taught to use different techniques. The creativity of the strikers has obviously been, over the years, developed a lot more. So the goalkeepers are being asked to do different technical saves. So as you can see, the indoor futsal save now is also being performed out here. That's a commonality. Now, granted, the goal is much bigger. So the goalkeepers outdoors are being asked to cover a much bigger space. All right? This is the block save. They're taking as much room as possible away from the striker's view to be able to put the ball past them. In the old days, they would just go down and do, a full extension save. But once again, once a goalkeeper goes down, once a goalkeeper commits to go down, very difficult to get up. Okay, so that's a different save. Now you can see this is the extension save that we're talking about. Let's watch it again. Now go down and quickly get up, and now do a block save, half split save. Different saves and techniques. Again, when does a goalkeeper use that? That's a split-second decision that a goalkeeper needs to make, depending on the angle of the shot, depending on the pace of the shot, depending on the position of the goalkeeper, where they're situated in comparison to the shot taker, or where the goal is behind them. And these are all the split-second decisions that a goalkeeper needs to make to possibly make that save. Once again, as quickly as this is happening, and these guys, obviously, they're very quick. I mean, they're playing at a national level, so they have to be very quick. These are the best of the best, right? When you take this, it's still not as fast. It's still not as fast as a futsal goalkeeper. And let me find, what is this?
What's up, guys? Hope you're doing okay. Today's video is...
Let's see if there's any games. Usually these guys have games. Okay, nope, not in this game, not in this specific video. Let's go to this one. Okay. So this is, oh yeah, it's a video here. Alright, so let's watch some of this game. Notice how fast this is happening. Okay. The game is so much faster. And that's part of the, of the great benefits of futsal. Regardless if you're a field player or a goalkeeper, because the tempo is so much faster. The decision making, regardless if you're a goalkeeper or a field player, it has to be so much faster. So a goalkeeper needs to make these decisions much quicker. It has to be reactive. So the reaction time has to be much quicker. All right. So as you guys can see, there's a benefit in that alone. Let's go on the goalkeeping train here outdoors. And again, you notice the goalkeepers are buying their time and they have to make a decision. Do they go down with a K save, block save, half split, full slip, or do they go down completely in a full extension save? These are an array of saves that they have in their disposal, and they have to make the decision on which one to use in a split second. Okay, so there's a great example. Full extension save. Okay, so they have to decide when they're going to leave their feet. But once they go down, okay, this is a great job of illustrating the block save. Okay, once they go down, they're committing themselves. If they don't pair the ball away or make the save, the second shot could be in the back of the net. Okay. Again, just an array of saves. When to use which save? Well, goalkeeper only gets comfortable with continuous repetitions in knowing, once again, like I said, the pace of the ball, the angle of the shot, the positioning of the goalkeeper with his or her back on his goal, the angle of the strikers coming in. Okay. These are all things that they have to use. So once again, what I basically want to illustrate, and getting back to this original slide, is there is a difference in the way outdoor goalkeepers train and futsal goalkeepers train. However, there are also a lot of similarities, and one benefits the other. Okay. One of the biggest issues that I see in futsal with the younger goalkeepers is when they come out. Now, don't forget, most of the futsal games, at least in the U.S., excuse me, are being played in basketball courts, which they are a little bit shiny. Okay, so when a goalkeeper comes out and tries to attempt to dive at a striker's feet, his momentum, along in combination with a sleek surface, will make his body slide across the floor. That plus the fact that because they're coming out in the way they're coming out, and most goalkeepers come out in a baseball style save. In other words, their feet go first as they're sliding into a baseball base, as opposed to diagonal. Okay, it makes it very easy for the striker to put the ball past their bodies. So if you're going 1v1 with a striker and the ball is right in front of you, the last thing you really want to do is go down with your feet in a baseball-like save. That's where you want to try to maintain your ground, make yourself as big as possible, either with a block save or a K save, and try to occupy and take as much space as possible away from the striker's view so they can try to put the ball past. Once again, how fast you come out of the goal, how far you come out away from the goal, the tempo, it all is split-second decision that a goalkeeper has to make. Those things are only going to get better as you practice them. You're not going to be able to take care of it the first time around. Not to mention that for the younger goalkeepers, it's a very taunting task. You're asking the goalkeeper at age, let's say 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, even 13 or 14-year-olds, to erase their fear and go against nature. You have a striker coming at you with a ball that at any given second they can, smash into your face. And you're asking these keepers to come out and make themselves big and sacrifice their bodies for the benefit of making the save. It's not an easy, task. So aside from the technical part, you also have the psychological part you have to overcome. You have to be mentally strong to sacrifice your body. Okay, so all these things come into play. Does one benefit the other? Of course it does. As you saw, one benefits the other. Which one is it better? In my opinion, they're both just as important, and they both benefit each other. We as goalkeeping coaches, we have to direct the goalkeepers in situational training and help them understand when they should use one save over the other. At the end of the day, though, the ultimate decision is the goalkeepers. He or she are seeing the game from a complete different perspective and a complete different angle than a coach is seeing it from the sideline. A goalkeeper's vision can be impaired by a defenseman in front of them. For a split second slip on their feet could take away their ability to perform a save that they originally had, in mind, and have then to completely adjust and make another save. So no matter how many times and you do this in training, the ultimate game situation may differ within split seconds. And even a goalkeeper can make given the same shot from the same angle with the same pace, may use different technical saves. So I suggest that more and more goalkeepers who play futsal should receive some type of training in a futsal environment. And I know what a lot of parents say when they first hear it. Wait, you're gonna do training on hardwood floors? You're gonna ask my kid to dive and do all these exercises on hardwood floors? Well, here's another little trick. If you know and if you get good at performing those saves, if you get your technique pretty good, you're not going to have to worry about landing on your elbows, on your knees, on your pelvic area, on your hips, because once you get good at making these saves, the risk of an injury gets minimized. However, if your technique is all over the place, you're going to hear bones banging against the floor. Your knees, your elbows, the back of your palm, and those hurt. And a little bit of pain in the back of your head also helps you say, oh, I did it last time and it kind of hurt, so I know what coach is talking about now, so I don't want to do it again. So the little pain that you may feel, it also helps develop your technique. So my advice would be for any coach that has a team that plays futsal, please get yourselves with a futsal goalkeeping coach, trainer, who can give pointers and develop your goalkeeper into the fine points of futsal, which, by the way, are going to pay dividend in his outdoor game. A quick shameless plug, of course, if you guys would like to come and see how we train the goalkeepers in a futsal environment, please go to our webpage, www.just4keepersnj.com. Just4keepersnj.com. Just4keepersnj.com. Our class is there. You can come and see what it's all about. Your first training session will be on us. See what you think, and then from then on, you can make arrangements to participate in our regular weekly classes. Any other questions that you may have, please don't hesitate to ever call us, get on our web pages, send us an email. We're more than happy to respond. Till the next time, see you everybody on the court.